It's about that time, and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Now, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets. And every single week, you gotta pick this.
I think it's finally time. I think it's time to flow. I think it's time to start this podcast so they can know the right tips and strategies that bring success. It calls heaven on earth and our busyness. But this is all true because he changed the game and brought the kingdom to every soul representing his name. Now position yourself in him to be blessed and bring heaven on earth in your busyness. It's about that time and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets, and every single week you gotta pick this. It's about that time, and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets, and every single week you gotta pick this.
Welcome to Kingdom Marketing Secrets, where you'll hear the best tips, tactics, and takeaways, and any other cool words starting with T, so you can advance your business online the Kingdom way. Welcome your host, Christopher Harold.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. What's going on, everybody? This is Christopher Harold, and welcome to another episode of the Kingdom Marketing Secrets podcast on this very special Christmas day. Yes, it is Christmas Day today, and we're celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. And what an awesome day to be able to do a podcast with you. Hey, if this is your very first time checking out this podcast, be sure that you subscribe to this podcast, that you leave a review, and also share it with others as well. If you definitely do that, I would definitely appreciate you and give you more of this Christmas love coming your way as well. But definitely do that as well and share this and subscribe and just leave a review. Tell me what you think about it. Now, today's episode is going to be very interesting because, like I said, it is Christmas Day. And what's unique about this is this: if you are happening to watch this video podcast, like on YouTube or Facebook, you'll see the Christmas tree behind me. It's early Christmas morning, and my youngest son is up right now, and he's ready to start opening gifts and everybody. But you have to listen to this to take my word for it. But the topic I want to talk about today is a very important, powerful tip to help you in business, because it's one that's really often neglected. It's one that's really often neglected because on our venture for success as an entrepreneur, we're doers, right? We're go-getters. I mean, we would do whatever it takes to accomplish our goals, right? But one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest hurdles and challenges is that what we tend to do is ignore a very powerful thing I'm about to share with you right now. Now, if you've been following me online on social media for the past almost 2 weeks now, you might have wondered, where the heck was Chris? Where was Chris? I was like gone for a minute, right? No posting, nothing. And it's because I had a sickness, and I had a little illness that came over, a little bit of the flu bug and everything like that. And, and then me, I'm always examining, what happened? Because I exercise about 3 or 4 days a week. I take my vitamins every day. I do all this stuff Hulk Hogan used to tell us to do as kids in the 80s, right? And say my prayers, take my vitamins and all that good stuff, right? But still, I got sick. And one thing I've learned is that whenever you have a time period where you lose your health, you realize how wealthy your health is. Your health is your wealth. But we tend to ignore that a lot as an entrepreneur because, we have goals, we have ambitions, we have things we have to do and things that have to get done. And we're so focused on doing those things that at times we tend to neglect this 4-letter word right here. And this is a kingdom marketing secret for success. This is a marketing secret for success. This is a business secret for success. And what is that thing? We tend to ignore rest. R-E-S-T. That 4-letter word there, we tend to treat that 4-letter word as another 4-letter word, as like a cuss word. It's something because when we say rest, I know for myself, I can speak for myself.
especially in the last 15 so years or so of building businesses, right, is that rest word is something that I despise, I neglected, I didn't like to do. Because my mindset was that if I were resting, then I wasn't proceeding toward my goal. I wasn't taking the next step forward to get the results that I need, because I'm like, I'm wasting time. I'm resting. This doesn't make any sense for me to be resting, right? But as I started reading the word more, as I started to mature more in age and mature more in personal growth and development, I began to realize how important rest is. Think about it. If rest wasn't that important, why did God even himself, when he created this marvelous universe that you and I are able to just see a minor speck of while living here on planet Earth, he even rested. Then why would the God of the universe, who has all power in his hands, why would he need to rest? He even said on the seventh day he rested. You see throughout the word that rest was something that was vitally important. Jesus even rested. Even while Jesus was out preaching and proclaiming the gospel and bringing the kingdom of God here on earth 2,000 plus years ago, which is the reason why we celebrate this season in the first place. There would not be a Christmas season if it wasn't for Jesus. And we celebrate this time of the year of the birth of Jesus Christ, the birth of God coming in the form of a human being born in the Virgin Mary, right? We celebrate this event that happened a little over 2,000 years ago. And that's what Christmas is all about, right? But he even rested. If you read the four Gospels, you will see even in the midst of all that, Jesus rested. Even Jesus rested. And you will see even throughout, Jesus would say, I will give you rest. You will see even throughout, and you read Psalms 127 and 128, you will see the power of rest. It talks about rest. Hebrews talks about rest. Jesus said, I will give you rest, right? So it's something about rest, because what happens when we rest? Our batteries begin to recharge. And actually what happens, I get a lot of new ideas. I get some new strategies that I never thought of, what I was constantly striving, constantly propelling, constantly doing. Because while I'm doing, that's all I'm really thinking about. But when I separate myself from business, when I separate myself from everything, and rest could be laying down, resting, watching a movie, to spending time with your family, but it's kind of getting away from the day-to-day business things of going to achieve our goals, because it should all be a balance anyway. I can speak from personal experience that when business is like, when that's our sole focus and sole goal, things can tend to get out of whack, right? And you and I both need a balance with everything that we do. It's important that